Hey, peace, everyone. This is Clark Ilmatical, writer and director of Forgotten Fury. So today, on my timeline, I saw an interesting post on Instagram by Lady Sensei, which apparently or ostensibly comes from the current editor of Black Belt, publisher of Black Belt magazine. It says, in the span of the last 7 decades, the global growth achievements and heightened awareness of martial arts owe much of its contributions to numerous masters, champions, and stars featured on this list. Now they're talking about their new article, Black Martial Artists That Influenced the World. The editorial team at Black Belt magazine acknowledges for many years that the magazine lacked diverse coverage across race and gender. While this list doesn't alter historical oversights, it serves as a recognition of the past. Now, the reason that Black Belt magazine is pandering to black people now is because they see the potential finances. Over the last several years, black martial arts has, especially, the people I've been covering in my work, Forgotten Fury martial artists, or these black martial artists who are omitted from history because of racism. There has been an increased interest in black martial arts stories, and black martial arts culture. Even over the last several years, you see the success that Nathan Ingram and his son have had with their independent magazine, Deadly Art of Survival. So they're looking at the money. 2 years ago, I was actually approached to work with someone and spearhead a black martial arts magazine. So different people are looking at the money right now. So understand that the reason that they're doing this is not because they're interested in supporting black martial artists. They could have done that years ago. They're simply doing this because they're looking at the money that's involved right now. Moving forward, there is a commitment to embracing diverse global coverage as we progress into the next generation of martial arts. Here is a special feature on black martial artists that influence the world. Now, this post is full of bullshit. George Chung is full of bullshit. But see, the way that this is working is they came up with this bullshit article that and basically it's a copy of the Forgotten Fury article that I published on the Last Dragon Tribute. In fact, they took some of the images and a lot of my wording. So basically, George Chung, he mentions George Cofield. How did George Cofield change? I want to know how George Cofield influenced martial arts, influenced the world. So he influenced the world. Pivotal martial artist in the United States. How did he influence the world? And again, they took the same images in my article that I mentioned it. Here are martial artists that you should know about. Shout out to Craig Sutton for letting me publish this article on his website. Took the exact same images that we used in our article. And then they have Fred Hamilton here. Now I'm trying to say to myself, how, as great as Fred Hamilton was and influential in the United States, how did he influence the world? And then the crazy thing about this image that they have on their article right now, and I just contacted Kareem Abdullah. This image is from Kareem Abdullah. Now, they did not ask Kareem Abdullah for permission, nor did they attribute him. So they just took this image from the Last Dragon Tribute website article, and that nobody was going to notice, and just decided to run with it. This is what Black Belt Magazine has been doing. They're still with their bullshit. And the craziest thing is that I want you all to see this. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. They got this black martial artist article, and they got the nerve to promote Bruce Lee content in this article. And they have the nerve to include Vic Moore after all the shit that they did to this man and discredited this man for years. They have the nerve to put Vic Moore in this article. How did Vic Moore influence the world? Howard Jackson. How did Howard Jackson influence the world? How did he influence the world? How did he influence the world? They credit Lena Delay, and they got the nerve to have they mention Lena Delay, and they have the nerve to have her from a picture that they have is from another magazine, of course, because they didn't cover her. So Tayari Cassell, how did they have Steve Nasty Anderson? How did Steve Nasty Anderson influence the world? And again, like I said, here they are doing the same thing that they've always done, and that's promoting Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee shirts, Bruce Lee books, in an article that has to do with black people, so-called black martial artists that have influenced the world. Again, this is from their publisher, and again, this is all a money grab with them. All right, so I still and if and I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but a lot of people out there know that had I not ever written any of these Forgotten Fury articles and got any content from Ronald Duncan or Kareem Abdullah or Vic Moore, Black Belt Magazine would have never acknowledged any of these people. All right, but I'm gonna stop being nice, and I'm releasing everything. Peace.